We're going to talk about the Guitologist. He's another charity that needs help. But if you're a YouTuber like me, everything about you is public. So you can go right here to socialblade.com, and here are my stats. Right now you can see I did 1.9 million views in the last 30 days.
We ain't got no job, and we ain't got shit to do.
It's Friday, bitches! It's Friday, bitches!
My smokes.
It's Friday! It's Friday! Yeah, come on! It's Friday, bitches! It's Friday, bitches! It's Friday! It's Friday! Yeah! Yo, what's my favorite day of the week? My radio's kicking, they can jump for free. It's a day celebrated all across the nation. Bitches be tripping. What's up with the H?
What the fuck is happening, mediocre people of YouTube? It is Friday, and as you see, I came across a video this morning of Brad the Guitologist, and who I like. I like his channel. And he was talking about who comes up being a dick again, Philip McKnight. Now, I don't necessarily have a problem with Philip McKnight. He's just never been for me. He has a ton of fucking gear and I think guitar reviews. I think he does guitars as well as, yeah, of course he does. He does guitar and gear reviews. So I've never had a problem with him. He's just not for me. I can't sit through one of his videos and watch. His bad personality conflict, right? And I tend to watch YouTubers who are, you know, just kind of real, you know what I mean? I don't really, not really into watching a bunch of production and all that kind of shit. I like people that are just real, you know what I mean? But, caught my attention, Philip McKnight,
8,500 subscribers, and it's saying I'm gonna make somewhere between they think $6,000 to $94K this year.
So he starts bashing on Brad the Guitologist, which I don't know what his whole, and he made and this is just like Philip McKnight too, by the way. He makes a response video and then deletes it, you know, hoping Brad didn't see it, because that's just the way he is. But it was funny to me because Philip McKnight has come up before, and apparently he has a problem with Brad the Guitologist for bashing on him about him bashing on guitars, like talking about, you know, I just got this guitar and it needs a setup. And I mean, I assume every guitar, unless I'm buying it from a shop or whatever, even then it's gonna need a setup. I mean, it's just, I'm going to have to set the guitar up to how I like my guitar set up, right? And nobody can really do that for you except for you, and that's why I learned how to do it. Because once you learn how to set up your own instruments, there's nothing like it. It's kind of like, I think the next thing was, once I learned how to set up my guitars, the next thing was to learn how to level and crown my frets. That was huge, because it was like, wow. I mean, you could basically make just about any guitar a hell of a nice player, just by, you know, knowing how to set up, knowing how to do a setup, you know, in general. And I guess Brad had kind of given him a little shit about, you know, bashing on these guitars, and he's like, you know, dude, you're supposed to know how to do this stuff, so what's the big problem with the setup? Which I get, whatever, and I guess Philip got pissed off about it. But it got the gears turning, you know, because I remember, it wasn't very long ago, and I know I should probably just mind my own fucking business when it comes to this, but I'm going to say something about it. Philip McKnight ordered a guitar from a relatively popular YouTube luthier, and the luthier, for whatever reason, wasn't able to build his guitar, and finally told him, hey man, I'm gonna refund your money because I can't do it. I'm too fucking busy, or whatever the issue was. And Philip told him, no, don't worry about it, because I'll just write it off on my taxes. And that was kind of strange, I thought. You know, it's like, that's weird. I'm going to write the guitar off on my taxes instead of getting a full refund from the guy, But then, after the fact, he went on to the Tone Kings live stream and said that he had ordered a guitar from this luthier and simply never got it. He never talked about being offered a refund. He never talked about writing it off on his taxes. So this really got the gears turning, because because Brad had brought up how, Philip buys these guitars and then he returns them. And I thought, you don't really see all of this gear and guitars that he has gone through over the years. You don't see it, And I'm not saying it's not there, but, and I know this from owning my own business, that, there's, when you do your business taxes, it's more complex than doing your income taxes as if you were working for somebody else. Because there's tax breaks involved, with tools of the trade. For instance, somebody that owns a YouTube business, and I know that Scott Grove went through this before on his channel, talked about it. For somebody that is a guy on YouTube who reviews gear, as long as you buy a guitar and you review that guitar on your YouTube channel, you can write a very nice chunk of that off on your taxes as tools of the trade. So this brought me to thinking about, Philip McKnight talks about it all the time, returning gear. And I thought, well, what would stop a person from purchasing gear, doing a review on YouTube to prove that they had the gear, and then returning it, and just writing off the receipt from the purchase? Now, I'm not saying Philip McKnight would do something like break the law and file fraudulent tax returns, but let's just say this, he's under suspicion, right? Because this is not the first time we've heard Philip McKnight talk about writing something off. You could get in a lot of fucking trouble, I don't know, I know a lot of you guys that subscribe to my channel are from the Detroit area and the United States, but I know there's also several people from other countries. You can get a lot of fucking trouble in the United States if you don't pay your taxes or you file fraudulent returns. I mean, you can get in a shitload of, not just monetarily, but you can go to jail for it. So that interests me, and because Philip McKnight acted like a douche with a friend of mine a while back, and then I saw Brad, and Brad's a no bullshit. I mean, if you guys know the Guitologist, or the Guitarologist, or the Guitologist, or the Guitarologist, Brad's a pretty straight shooter. And the thing with Philip McKnight making a spectacle of himself like he's some kind of badass in the guitar community, here's the thing the Guitologist needs to remember is that surely Brad the Guitologist could do what Phil does, and just about everybody does what Phil does, reviewing gear, right? But I highly doubt that Phil can do what Brad does. So there you go, sticking up for Brad the Guitologist a little bit. I like his stuff, and not the first time Philip McKnight has been involved in this type of behavior. Again, like I said, with a luthier friend of mine, he did some shitty things. I mean, flat out shitty things. Number one, it was nobody's business, and like I said before, I really shouldn't mention it because it's really none of my fucking business. But I mean, a lot of us witnessed that, and a lot of us that knew the true story, and then witnessed him on a live stream say that, oh, he just simply never got the guitar, he paid for it and never got it. When the truth of the matter was, he was offered a full refund and said he didn't want it because he wanted to write it off on his taxes. So, Yeah, interesting stuff. And Philip seems to think that this stuff is about drama and all that kind of stuff, and it's just not. I mean, it's just sometimes you got to defend yourself, and I think that's what Brad was doing, is just kind of defending himself. So if you guys don't know who Brad the Guitologist is, he goes by the YouTube channel The Guitologist, at the Guitologist YouTube channel. No, nothing like that. Just The Guitologist. He's got 2 channels actually, and if you guys if I've ever wondered about amp repair and stuff like that, I mean, fucking dude blows my mind. I'm getting ready to, at some point in my life, build my own amplifier. So I've been kind of checking these channels out, over the last couple of years. And Brad does not teach how to build amps or how to repair amps. He simply documents repairs that he does. He doesn't tell you to go out and try that stuff for logical reasons, but yeah, I mean, it just kind of brings you back to, there's YouTubers out there that they're shitty people, behind the scenes. They play Mr. and especially, like I say, with the case of Phil, is Phil plays like he's always Mr. Nice Guy, this and that and the other, but he's got another side to him that he doesn't show on his channel. Like I said, as a matter of fact, he actually uploaded a reply video and then deleted it, hoping that Brad didn't see it, which he didn't, but yeah, I download everything, so Brad has copies of everything. So, no, I didn't do that, but somebody else did, and gave him a copy. But yeah, I mean, there's YouTubers out there. I mean, Brad's certainly not hurting for subscribers. He's building a nice little channel out there. I got to check out Cameron Cooper's video with his dad, talking guitars with his dad. That's the kid I was talking about earlier, a hell of a little guitar player. I gotta check out his stuff. But then there's other YouTubers out there that do gear reviews, like that Johan Sedgeborn or whatever his name is, and it's just, he obviously, my dogs are wanting to go for a walk. He obviously has a lot of comparison on like Marshall style amps and different amps, but a lot of Marshall stuff. But the guy he's another YouTuber. I just cannot get past his personality. I wish I could, because he really does a lot of great comparison videos, and but I just can't get through a video. Just conflict of personality, I guess, There's some YouTubers that should just really probably just stay behind the scenes and let other people do their videos for them, and just be the idea guy behind the scenes. And I think that would, that's kind of where Johan Sedgeborn falls for a lot of people. Otherwise, he would have a lot more subscribers, kind of like Circle of Tone. Would have a lot more subscribers if wasn't such a douchebag, Another person that I tried to extend the olive branch, even though I was accused of being part of a racial, I don't know, well-organized racial something group. And if that wasn't enough to piss me off, then I was trying to be the better person and extend the olive branch to him and say, hey, look, fucking just take that shit down and be cool, and we don't have no problem. But dude's just a douchebag. Some people are douchebags. What can you do? And for me, Philip McKnight is one of those guys I can't get past, and never liked him. He's got tons of gear review. Go check it out. It's just not for me. Not for a lot of people, I suppose. But it is Friday after Christmas, and U.S. government areas of it are shut down, and it's affecting nothing. And that's it. It's about what I got. Wanted to talk on this because I saw it early this morning. Saw this video, and I thought, yeah, it's not the first time. So anyway, there should be an epic hangout coming very soon from the Bird Cocaine Camp. So if you'd like to join in, come on by, say hello, get involved. Maybe we'll even get some people on the live stream. And so most of the time people come to that hangout, and it's just, most of the time people just hang out in the comments section. They're just fucking a lot of fun. But sometimes we get on live too, so we'll see who wants to join on. Maybe see what Elmo's up to. I'll jump in there for sure. And that's about what I got for you. It's Friday. Getting ready to install some pickups in the Aria Pro. Been wanting to throw these in for a while, so gonna do that. And that's about it. So you guys tell me what you think if you saw this stuff between the Guitologist and Philip McKnight. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. God bless you. I know I'll see you before the new year, so peace out.